The law of attraction technique that I'm showing you today was inspired by another method before it, which was inspired by an earlier method before that. So you're actually getting an insider look on how I easily continue to create new methods, and you're getting a fun new technique to try for yourself and enjoy today. So have fun with this. This is the disco ball method. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last law of attraction book you'll ever need to read. And today I've got another fun method for you. But before we get there, I just want to do, of course, the quick YouTube thing. Invite you to like this video if you've been enjoying this content. And make sure you're subscribed by hitting that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Make sure you don't miss another video. And there are plenty more on the way. With that said, let's get straight to today's content. And just in case you're curious, because I said in the intro that today's method was inspired by an earlier method, which was inspired by an earlier method before that. Well, the method I'm referring to that this was inspired by is the mirror cube method, which was just a very short while ago that I published that video. And you'll remember in that video that was inspired by a conversation I had with my friend Neo, where he gave this cube in the sky method. I don't even remember those specific details. I just remember what was inspired from it, which was what I taught in the mirror cube method video. Now, with that in mind, let's do a quick recap of that so that we understand how I use that as inspiration for this brand new technique that I'm teaching you today. So the way the mirror cube method works is you're envisioning a cube in the room with you, and all the sides have mirrors on them. And what you're basically doing is you're sending the energy of your intentions, whether you're doing a visualization or scripting or gratitude or anything like that. You're sending the energy of those intentions out into the cube, and then the cube from all of its sides, forward, back, up, down, left, right, everywhere, it is taking that intention and mirroring it out to the furthest reaches of the galaxy, connecting with the universe, and you're envisioning basically connecting in that way so that it invites the vibration and the energy back to you so that the things that you want will more easily become manifested in your own personal, physical, three-dimensional life experience. So in other words, this is a nice, vibrant, visceral way of imaging what you want and just putting that energy out there in a fun, easy, magnetic way for you. With that in mind, I think obviously that's a great method because I published a video on it. And I think it's also great because what you're doing, it's very linear. You're going in one direction and then that's going in other directions, but it's kind of like straight lines all over the place. And I thought to myself, what if someone was looking for a more vibrant technique where there was a lot more going on in the picture? So this time I said, okay, rather than picturing a cube with all mirror sides, what about a disco ball? What about a disco ball that's, spinning and it's flashing lights and it's a little bit more dynamic and there's so much more going on with it? Imagine the visualizations, imagine the energy and the frequency that you can put out when you're using that as a visualization, if that's your preference. So the difference with this method is, just to make sure that we're clear here, is, from a visualization standpoint, here you are, you're visualizing what you want, you're taking the energy of what you want, and then whatever those pictures are in your mind, whether it's still shots or videos, you're taking the energy of that, you're taking the visualizations themselves, and you're sending them, you're broadcasting them rather out into, wherever, you're actually directionally broadcasting them, visually speaking, into that disco ball. So whether your eyes are open or closed, you're imagining your thoughts, those pictures are going into the disco ball. And the thing about it is this disco ball, it's spinning, it's shimmering, it's got all these little lights, all these little segments that are going in all these different directions. So what you're basically doing is you are envisioning then the energy that you're putting into there, it's scattering out throughout the cosmos in all these different patterns, in all these different directions. It's flashing all over the place. Imagine, your intention is going in that direction and that direction and that direction, all over the place. And it's really this vibrant energy that you're feeling as you're doing it. And here's where things get even more dynamic from there, because you're not just visualizing one disco ball unless you want to, but where you can really take this to a really higher level is there's actually countless disco balls all located in all the furthest reaches of the galaxy in all directions. So what's happening is you're taking this picture of what you want, you're putting it into that disco ball, it's spinning around, shimmering, it's sending in all directions, and then there's all these other disco balls all over the place, all over the universe, doing the same thing. So not only are they spinning and reflecting the energy of what you want back to the original disco ball, but they're also sending it to each other across all these different directions. So basically you end up in this really massive, thick, vibrational pattern of all the things that you want flying all over the place, connecting with each other, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, more and more powerful, more and more magnetic, so that it really is coming into your world in a much more dynamic, much healthier, much more enjoyable, much more fulfilling way. What you're basically saying is, I'm taking this pattern of energy that I want, I'm taking this frequency of my intentions, and I'm shooting it there, and then it's shooting all over the place, kind of like a pinball machine. Bam, 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 all in these different directions. And again, obviously, I never teach these things until I try them. When I had this experience, when I experimented with this, it was this amazing, visceral, vibrant experience. It was like this wonderful. It was like a meditation on steroids. It was really amazing. And what I really recommend for you is, you just try it out, you play around with it, and you see what happens. And again, that's the whole method. It's that simple. The disco ball method is, you visualize what you want, and whatever those images are, again, you picture them going into this really powerful magic disco ball. Again, your eyes can be closed as you're doing this, or they can be open, whatever makes it easiest for you. And again, the disco ball is shooting it all over the place to other disco balls, which are shooting at each other and around and everywhere. And the energy is just, basically, you are now living, breathing, and being in that energy. And it's just zinging all over the place. It's becoming more and more who you are. Your life is emerging in this way. Again, I mean, obviously you can tell I'm really excited as I'm describing this. It's a really cool, fun method that I highly recommend you give a try to. And of course, I've got one or two more ways that I want to show you on how to use this method. But before we get there, just want to take a quick time out and thank one of my awesome readers who recently left feedback on my book in an Amazon review. So today's Spotlight review is a 5-star review left by Kathy on April 10th, 2021, with the subject heading, "Truly the Last Law of Attraction Book You Will Ever Need." And it reads, "I absolutely love this book. Andrew shows you step-by-step methods to really feel the gratitude, but also to manifest what you've ordered from the universe. I love the way he simplified how to do the techniques, but also how he shows you how easy it is to order what you want and how the universe will make it happen." Wow, Kathy, I loved that feedback, and I'll tell you, I read that review and I only had one reaction. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So glad that it really was able to make it as simple and user-friendly as I intended. So glad that you enjoyed it. And again, so glad that you are hopefully, ideally, continuing to use the methods. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And with that in mind, speaking of methods, let's get back to the disco ball method today. I've got a couple more versions of this I want to show you. And if you saw the Mirror Cube method video, these won't really surprise you, because now that I've shown you the visualization version, I want to show you the other two versions that you might predict as well, one of which is scripting. So again, the way you do this for scripting is, again, as you're either writing or typing or even speaking, wherever that energy is coming, whether it's from your pen, from the words on paper that are then going out into the disco ball, or you're typing on keys, you're typing it out, and each keystroke, you're imagining energy bouncing off the keys and then into the disco ball. Or if you're speaking scripting, if you're doing spoken scripting and you're just saying the words out, imagine the energy of your voice, the actual vibrational frequency of your words emanating out into the disco ball. And again, it's spinning, it's flashing, it's doing its part to shoot all that energy out across to the universe, which again is hitting other disco balls, which are zinging back and forth, building the energy more and more and more. That's how easy it is to do when you want to do the scripting version of this method. And finally, of course, then you've got the gratitude version, where whatever gratitude method you're doing, as you're feeling that gratitude, where you're feeling that kind of feeling in your chest, that buzzing from your solar plexus, imagine that energy then extending out into the disco ball, which again is spinning, it's doing its thing, it's shooting off the energy to the other disco balls, which are firing off on each other and sending it right back to you as well. That's how easy it is, that's how simple it is, and hopefully you'll agree that's how fun this is. So now I want to hear from you. Do me a favor, comment below, inspire other people that might find their way to this video and are curious. Let me know what version of this method you're trying, and feel free also to let me know what kind of feedback you have on this, how it felt for you, what your experience was really like. Any positive comment that you leave, whether it's about the method or about anything else, that's going to get you entered into this month's drawing, where one lucky winner will walk away with lifetime access to Gravity of the Cosmos, my advanced level full immersion guided program for manifesting your every desire through the law of attraction. In this program, I'm going to take you through 90 straight days of manifesting methods in only a few minutes a day. So you don't have to worry or wonder about what method to do or when to do it. And you can just sit back, relax, and follow along as I guide you through 3 full months of massive vibrational momentum toward manifesting the life that you've always wanted. And if you want a free test drive of the program, my book, The Last Law of Attraction Book You'll Ever Need to Read, has a special link to bonuses, including access to the first few days of Gravity of the Cosmos free of charge, so you can try before you buy. And of course, you can always find my book on Amazon by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com. That'll auto forward to the official listing where you can get it in Kindle or paperback or audiobook, depending on your preference. And that is all I've got for you today, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you've got the bell notification, make sure you're not missing any videos, and really try the disco ball method out. Give it a shot. Remember, it really is as simple as visualizing what you want, going into those disco balls and letting the heavy lifting be done for you, waiting for inspired action, taking inspired action, and really most importantly, just having fun, just enjoying the moment-to-moment experience as you're doing these methods and as you're making your way through your life. That's really what it's all about. So again, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. I've got more fun videos on the way. I will see you next time.